that is shelter enough for us. The people who are actually working here have even more of a shelter. Let me explain. This is an old feed and seed barn that has been in use for generations. Just a couple months ago, they turned it into a restaurant. But all the people who are here working in the restaurant on 3 or 4 different levels, they can actually fit into the beer cooler in the cellar of this building, which is a very sturdy space for them to go if it does come to that, if we actually get some kind of tornadic activity down here. So all those people would go into the beer cooler in the cellar of this building. These are a lot of old buildings. You've got honky-tonk slides.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
And those buildings may or may not have basements in them, so there are safe places for people to go. But as you see, as I've been talking, the rain has all but stopped, but I do see huge streams of runoff coming off of the bridge. So, you know, it comes and goes, but we do have dangerous stuff coming our way, right, Jim?
We do. Actually, let's talk about that right now. Here's what's going over Dave. Here's what's pretty much soaked him and is continuing to move on to the north. There'll be a little bit of a break. Looks like we got a little what we call stratiform rain behind that. But Sarah, widen out just a little bit here. We have warnings off to the west for really what has been the main squall line we watched last night develop to the west of Dallas, Texas, and has moved all the way east. That's the same line right there. So Nashville, you still have to go through all of this. And just taking the way that this is all propagating onto the northeast, your part of the line is probably just to the west of Columbia now and is going to move on to the northeast. So what we are going to expect with that is probably some wind. All right. There could be a brief spin up out ahead of that, but I'm thinking that this little maritime bow, which came from the Gulf about 4 hours ago and has produced these damaging winds all the way up through northern Alabama, Birmingham as well, a late report of power poles snapped off at the base. We've had less now. All right. So it's kind of blown itself out as it's moved through Nashville, but it may have stabilized the air just a little bit, so now that the main line off to your west as it comes through won't produce a tornado. But again, that's just speculation on my behalf at this point. What we're getting, a local storm report now out of Clarksville, just 6 miles to the east of Clarksville, a funnel cloud at 6:15, so we know that was about 20 minutes ago. A bowl-shaped funnel cloud reported crossing I-24. That's exactly what we're talking about here on the Weather Channel. So again, Nashville, you can see that line coming through that Dave just showed us live on national television, and here's the action off to the west, which is yet to come. This is all going to move in. Again, another solid area of rain.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
And here's that storm, that supercell, which has produced a tornado in many times all the way down from the Mississippi-Tennessee line, took a little bit of a break across I-40 here, and now produced another funnel cloud around Clarksville, St. Bethlehem, and is now just to the north and east of Guthrie. Look, you can still see the hook, even from this this kind of what we call large-scale radar. You can still see the hook on that storm as it continues to move north into Kentucky. We'll keep you posted on this. Storms again blowing across southern Indiana with some damaging wind as well. And again, we got a long night ahead of us, guys, as all this continues to traverse off toward the east. All right, let's go back out to the studio now.
All right, Jim,
I'm sorry. Let's go over to Brian Norcross with the latest on the tropics.
All right, Jim, just a quick update here on Hurricane Gonzalo. We have a new advisory in from the National Hurricane Center, the 8 p.m. advisory. The winds up to 80 miles per hour. The pressure holding steady. Hurricane hunters out there in the storm right now, and the movement to the northwest continuing at 12 miles per hour. So as expected, Gonzalo continuing to intensify. The good news is this core of the storm, good news for Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, is going to stay to the east, but it is hammering the northern Leeward Islands here right now. Here you see on the radar, there's the core of it right there where those strong winds are. Just measured gusts up to 64 miles an hour at St. Martin. St. Martin is right there, just below Anguilla. Anguilla, St. Martin, St. Bart's under the worst of this here. The hurricane warnings continuing for both those northern Leeward Islands and also for the British Virgin Islands, but it looks like the westernmost and most populated British Virgin Islands, St. John's, and then over towards St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands and St. Croix are going to be well out of it and well out of the worst of it. Although as the storm moves kind of in this northwesterly direction, it's actually going to come the closest to those islands overnight tonight. So your overall winds are going to pick up.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
As this system moves on off to the northwest and on up toward Bermuda. So full coverage on this and what's going on in the Pacific, that's coming up at 50 after the hour. I'll see you then.
A tornado watch is in effect. Currently in our area, 76 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, windy, strong to severe thunderstorms, low 65. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It's Monday.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
With CenturyLink as your trusted technology partner, you can do just that. With our visionary cloud infrastructure, global broadband network, and custom communication solutions, your business is more reliable, secure, agile, and with responsive, dedicated support, we help you shine every day of the week. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
I wish. Please, 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 please.
The wish we wish above all is health. So we quit selling cigarettes in our CVS pharmacies, expanded Minute Clinic for walk-in medical care, and created programs that encourage people to take their medications regularly. Introducing CVS Health, a new purpose, a new promise to help all those wishes come true. CVS Health, because health is everything.
So I was a head chef at 24. I won Best New Restaurant in the country at 31. I've published cookbooks, I've been on TV. I've relied on people every step of the way. I still do, I have to. So staying connected to those people, that's what makes me feel accomplished.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Table with. These are the people that I ride with every day.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Joe. Mike.
What are you doing?
The dishes are clean. Just gotta scrape the rest of the food off them.
Ew.
Dish issues? Cascade Platinum powers through your toughest messes better than the competition the first time. Cascade, now that's clean.
There. Hot stuff.
Not turning the thermostat down.
That's not what I was doing. I was just having fun. Come here. Nice and tight. Atta girl. Hey, there's a sweet spot. Hold on. That didn't happen in practice.
There's a better way. Mitsubishi Electric Systems give you the temperature you want in any room with no ductwork and lower energy bills. Mitsubishi Electric Cooling and Heating. Live better. Go to MitsubishiComfort.com.
This is Kathleen. Setting up the perfect wedding day begins with her arthritis pain and 2 pills. Afternoon arrives and feeling good, but her knee pain returns. That's 2 more pills. The evening's event brings laughter, joy, and more pain. When Jamie says,
"What's that, like 6 pills today?"
Yeah.
I can take 2 Aleve for all-day relief.
Really?
And that's it.
this is Kathleen.
For my arthritis pain, I now choose Aleve.
Get all-day arthritis pain relief with an easy open cap.
Here at High Acres, we always say, life is better on the farm.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Tasting fruit available. After months of nurturing, our orchards are bursting with crispy, delicious apples. And we can't wait for you to taste them. That's why we work with Walmart. They help us deliver some of the freshest apples available, backed by their 100% money-back guarantee.
Picked by farmers, guaranteed by us.
Welcome back to this special edition of Weather Center Live as we continue to cover this non-stop severe weather outbreak. It really hasn't stopped at all for the last, 24, 48 hours, and really no end in sight for another, at least that long.
Very busy all the way through late tonight into tomorrow morning. Tornado watches in effect from the southern Great Lakes all the way down to the Gulf Coast, and right in the middle of all that, in Tennessee, we have our own Dave Malkoff reporting live for us from Nashville, where we are under a severe thunderstorm warning until the top of the hour. Dave, tell us what it was like as the storm kind of came through your area, or is it still going through your area, and are the winds really bad?
Yeah, good evening, Kelly and Nick. It got really bad just a little bit ago, and you probably saw that live here on the Weather Channel, where we were waiting for that line of thunderstorms that were coming from the west. And
a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area,
where they were recorded at about 60 miles an hour until we got walloped by that. I couldn't say if that was a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust or not, but we had heavy rain and we had winds here. But right now we're just experiencing a little bit of drizzle. But as you know, these things tend to come in waves. There is a tornado threat. There is a severe thunderstorm threat. There is also a flash flood threat. It's not uncommon for a Broadway right here in the middle of downtown Nashville to be underwater because the river overflows its banks. It happened just 4 years ago when a lot of these honky-tonks got a lot of water inside them. Luckily, the river is not at flood level. We're talking about the Cumberland River right down here. So they're just keeping an eye on, the emergency managers are keeping an eye on that river. They're keeping an eye on the Tennessee River and also on the creeks that run up north of here to make sure that those aren't flooding and causing some damage for folks over there. So it's like a triple threat tonight in Tennessee and all throughout this entire swath of this storm. If you look on a map, if we zoom really far out, you're going to see that this goes all the way from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Great Lakes, and it's going to push across the United States up until Wednesday. You can see that line right there, and you can see how far that is. So millions of people will be affected by this, not just tonight, but tomorrow night into Wednesday. And it ain't over for the folks of Nashville, the folks here in Music City, the country music capital of the world. They're staying inside tonight. You might want to be out at the bars, but you're not going to be tonight here in Nashville.
Their guard down because we still have another line that's going to come through your area. And by the way, last check,
a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Did you have a lot of lightning with this thing as it came on through?
Did we have any lightning? I actually didn't see any lightning, but we also saw those rolling clouds that came over a couple hours before, those upper level tubes that Jim Cantore was talking about. And then we had what he thought was possibly even the leading edge of a shelf cloud come over, and it was very dark. It came very quickly. And let's just take a look up at the sky right now if you want to take a look at the Batman building, which is actually an AT&T building in downtown Nashville. They call it Batman building because if you look at it from the other side, it kind of looks like Batman's helmet. But but actually it's going to be used in the upcoming Batman movie. But you can see the skies are dark, the clouds are rolling in, and there is still a definite threat here until 9. It will start about 9 o'clock tonight and into midnight. So it's going to be a long night for the folks in Nashville.
All right, Dave, be safe out there. We want to get a check of the radar right now. Let's head on over to Nick Walker. Hey, Nick.
Hey, and let me show you what we're talking about here. I mean, we've just dealt with the hors d'oeuvre here around Nashville. We got the main course still on the way, still under that severe thunderstorm warning in Nashville, but back toward your west, that's the line of thunderstorms that's going to come through.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Here around Davidson, Rutherford, and Wilson counties, we are still under a warning here. Franklin, Murfreesboro, and Nashville under that warning still for the possibility of seeing some gusty and some damaging winds. Then off toward the northwest we go, and that's where thunderstorms are continuing to come on into portions of western Kentucky. We actually did see a tornado earlier in western Tennessee make its way up into that area. So stay with us. We'll continue to follow this line of warnings that extends southward.
You're finally here. Long way from the Sandlot. First game in the majors? You don't know ARP. Because this family is enjoying a cross-country baseball stadium trip they planned online at AARP Travel. It's where your journey begins with inspiration, planning, booking, and hot travel tips from real pros. If you don't think seize the trip when you think AARP, then you don't know art. Find more surprising possibilities and get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
Sunday nights. When the wind blows. The Weather Channel unravels nature's darkest secrets.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
It's a story that's got a life of its own.
A new tale of weather legend.
It may have just looked like a storm, but they were dealing with something far worse.
American Supernatural. Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
A tornado watch thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area. Currently in our area, 76 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, windy, strong to severe thunderstorms, low 65. Here's our 7-day outlook. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Okay, Patrick, one more stop. Let's go base, shark, blitz. Base, shark, blitz.
When the game's on the line.
Okay, this is for the game.
The NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
Flag 19's on. Aboard, he's keeping it.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
You change your style. Why not your eye color? New Air Optics Colors prescription contact lenses enhance your eye color for a naturally beautiful look with consistent comfort. Find your perfect color and get a free trial offer at airopticscolors.com.
Apples are good. A Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse? The bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Introducing York Minis. A bite-sized new way to enjoy the full-size sensation of peppermint and rich dark chocolate. New York Minis. Get the sensation.
You smell nothing. You smell.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
For odor elimination, guaranteed. Fresh Step Extreme. Lightweight.
Does your car suffer from cataracts? You heard right, cataracts. You know, those aging, foggy headlights. Well, we have the cure. White New Headlight Restore. Crystal clear headlights in seconds and guaranteed to pass inspection as long as you own your car or truck. We detailed this old Mercedes. It looks fantastic, except for those foggy, ugly headlights. Now watch White New Headlight Restore do its job.
It's so easy to use, and it looks amazing.
So before you go and spend hundreds on replacement lights, protect your lenses for life. Order White New Headlight Restore for just $9.99. Call right now and we'll double your order. That's two, one for each car. You get 2 White New Headlight Restore kits for just $9.99. Call now. White New, keeping your world like new.
Easy to use White New Headlight Restore. Crystal clear headlights in just seconds. The last time you'll have to restore your headlights. Call 1-800-709-2281. Order now.
Every Monday night this fall.
What is it that produces these things?
The Weather Channel unlocks the secrets of the Earth. An all-new season starts next Monday night at 9.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Be updated on all the storms out there today. We just got a new tornado warning out for our friends here in northern Alabama. Again, this is on the main squall line here. Remember, we already had one line of storms that's moved on through. Here's the storm right here around the Hamilton area, just to the north of Beaverton. This just came out, so I haven't put the settings in there, so I'm sure the rotation isn't going to be significant on this. But here you can see it working its way on up. Let's look at Max 7 and see what we got going on here. There it is right there, right around the Winfield area. It's going to come right up and cross 278, just to the east of Hamilton. Go right in there, Sarah, because it's going to be a tight little couplet. There it is right there. You can see it right around Highway 43, going to go across 78 and continue, again, just to the east of Hamilton. So this is north of Gune to the northwest of Twin. Tornado warning, Lamar and Marion County. Well, we have an 80-mile-per-hour hurricane for our friends in the Caribbean. Let's talk about that. This is the Leeward Islands. Our senior hurricane specialist, Brian Norcross, has an update for us. Brian?
All right, Jim, time for the tropical update here. We've got a couple of systems. We're watching this hurricane in the Leeward Islands and also in the Pacific for Hawaii. We've got a system. Let's get, though, first to Hurricane Gonzalo. It is currently pounding the northern Leeward Islands there. 80-mile-an-hour hurricane. Hurricane hunters out there now watching it very closely, measuring the pressure, which has been going down as the storm has strengthened through the day.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Where it's going to move closest this evening and overnight to the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, but the worst of it will stay off those islands. And look at that. The center located 5 miles north of the island of St. Martin at this point. So the winds have gone down in that general St. Martin Anguilla area. Here on the satellite picture, we can see the core is here. Here are the Virgin Islands over here, Puerto Rico there. So the core is well away, but the circulation on this 80-mile-an-hour hurricane is being felt there in those islands. On the radar, we can see that core. It's a fairly small storm right there, going right over, looks like the edge of it, right over St. Martin and Anguilla, and it went very near St. Bart's earlier on today. Still some good squalls on the east side and some gusty squalls on the west side, but certainly not the worst of the storm. Close up here, look, you can see the eye. It's a tight little eye there. The other thing you can see when I put the lines on there with the direction it was moving, it's kind of made a little bit of jog to the right, even a little farther away from the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, and we'll see how that might affect the track a little later on. But still, hurricane warnings in effect for the northern Leeward
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Move to the northwest and then kind of hang a right up toward Bermuda. So look at this. The Hurricane Center forecasting a strong Category 2, perhaps even a Category 3 hurricane approaching Bermuda later in the week. That would be stronger than Faye by a significant amount, but of course we don't know whether it's going to go to the right or the left or go very close to the island. Too early to tell, but certainly something to watch there. Look at the streamlines over the Atlantic and the eastern United States. You can look at this all day. It's so full of information. First of all, down here on Gonzalo, look at the colors telling you where the strongest winds are, and notice the strongest winds not affecting Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. High pressure up to the north is funneling this tropical air into the east coast, and it's, look at that funnel right there. That's where we're getting all that severe weather. That's ahead of the cold front here. So all the systems working together, that high pressure has got a break in it. See this break right in here? That's what's pulling Gonzalo to the north right now between these two high pressure cells. So what's going to happen moving ahead? The jet stream dip that's causing all the severe weather is going to take over the eastern side of the U.S., and that's going to divert Gonzalo to the north, and we're confident this will not affect the east coast of the U.S. Elsewhere in the Atlantic, two systems, an invest way out in the eastern Atlantic and Faye to the north, neither of consequence now. This one over here.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Here's why. Right now, it's only a tropical depression 2C. C because it's in the central Pacific. Only 35-mile-an-hour winds right now. But look at the forecast for this. Bringing it in the direction of the Hawaiian Islands, and the Central Pacific Hurricane Center is estimating it to be a Category 1 hurricane as it approaches in the Saturday, late Friday, Saturday time frame. Now, this is an unusual situation in the Central Pacific once again, so a lot can happen, and it would be unusual to get a hurricane approaching the Big Island from that direction. On the water vapor, we see there's an upper level low right here. It's a forecast to move on out of the way and make the conditions somewhat favorable for strengthening in here, so we'll have to keep an eye on that toward the end of the week and into the weekend. All right, that's it. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks so much, Brian.
And we will be with you right through the morning hours covering the ongoing tornado threat this evening. Wake Up with Al starts early at 5 a.m., followed by AMHQ with Sam Champion at 7 Eastern.
A tornado watch is in effect. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area. Currently in our area, 72 degrees with a heavy thunderstorm. Tonight, windy, strong to severe thunderstorms, low 65. Here's our 7-day outlook. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for our area.
Tens of millions of Americans in the path of both. Our broad severe storm system is pushing east while we've got a hurricane near Puerto Rico. And we are making sure you stay safe as we track and time it all out with in-depth expert analysis and extended live coverage. From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live. And good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. We've got a lot of tornado watches in effect, as you can see there, from the Great Lakes all the way down to the Gulf Coast. We want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Nick Walker. We want to bring you up to date on what's going on here with this severe weather outbreak. This really has been ongoing now for several hours and will continue. It is